Trillions of dollars slip through the cracks each year, financing crime syndicates, terror groups, and corrupt politicians. From hidden shell companies to sham bank accounts, money laundering has reshaped our world in ways most people never realize. Today we're exposing the biggest money laundering schemes in modern history. Scandals so massive they toppled governments and forced financial giants to their knees. Before we uncover these colossal cases, get ready for next week's explosive deep dive into the largest Ponzi schemes ever perpetrated. Cons so sophisticated, they brought entire nations to the edge of collapse. If you don't want to miss our next investigation like this video, subscribe and turn on notifications right now. You won't believe what's coming next. Our first case unfolds like a spy thriller. The Bank of Credit and Commerce International, or BCCI, was founded in 1972, quickly expanding operations across 78 countries, boasting millions of clients. But beneath the veneer of global banking prestige lurked a shadowy empire that laundered money for dictators, drug lords and terror networks. Authorities soon discovered how BCCI used secret black operations units, layered accounts and front companies to disguise massive flows of illicit cash. Investigations exposed ties to Panamanian dictator Manuel Noriega and even rumors of BCCI facilitating deals for the infamous Medellin cartel. By 1991, regulators worldwide swooped in. The FBI called it the largest bank fraud in world financial history, as billions went missing. BCCI's collapse shattered public trust in international banking, prompting global reforms aimed at strengthening oversight. But in reality, the story was just beginning. BCCI's downfall taught criminals new tactics and taught financial institutions how to play a more careful game. Next, we turn to HSBC, one of the oldest and largest banking institutions on Earth. Its roots stretch back to the mid-1800s, but the scandal that erupted in 2012 rocked the financial world. An extensive US Senate investigation found that HSBC's lax internal controls allowed Mexican drug cartels, including affiliates of the Sinaloa cartel, to launder hundreds of millions through the bank's accounts. The revelations didn't stop at drug money. Allegations surfaced of HSBC's dealings with nations under US sanctions, from Iran to Sudan, further tarnishing the bank's reputation. When confronted, HSBC admitted major failures in its anti-money laundering systems. The bank ultimately paid a $1.9 billion settlement, one of the largest ever for a financial institution. Critics slammed US regulators for not pursuing criminal charges, fueling public debate over whether the government was too soft on big banks deemed too big to jail. Even so, the case triggered an overhaul of compliance practices across global banks. Many point to HSBC's scandal as a wake-up call that the world's financial titans must be held accountable or risk undermining entire economies. Europe's biggest money laundering fiasco centered on a small branch of Denmark's largest bank. Danske Bank's Estonian branch processed a staggering $200 billion in suspicious transactions between 2007 and 2015. Much of it traced back to Russian and ex-Soviet clients, prompting whispers of oligarchs and corrupt officials funneling fortunes westward. Investigations revealed that compliance red flags had been piling up for years, yet senior managers seemingly looked the other way. Internal whistleblowers raised concerns about clients with no clear business background or bizarre transaction patterns. The scandal didn't just rock Danske Bank, it destabilized Denmark's reputation for transparent finance and triggered scrutiny of other European institutions. Danske faced enormous fines, a plunging share price, and forced resignations across top leadership. The fiasco definitely highlighted the vulnerabilities in Europe's patchwork of regulatory frameworks. Even small branches in seemingly low-risk countries can become gateways for massive cross-border money laundering if oversight crumbles. No modern money laundering saga would be complete without mentioning one MDB, the One Malaysia Development Berhad Fund. Created in 2009 to attract foreign investment and spur economic growth, it quickly morphed into a political and financial quagmire. Over $4.5 billion allegedly vanished from the fund through a labyrinth of shell companies, offshore accounts, and a global web of complicit bankers. US prosecutors traced the laundered funds to luxury real estate, a mega yacht, even financing for Hollywood movies like The Wolf of Wall Street. At the center of the storm stood Najib Razak, then Prime Minister of Malaysia, who faced corruption charges he firmly denied. The scandal erupted into mass protests, with outraged citizens demanding accountability. Eventually, Najib lost power in a historic election upset, and multiple nations, including the US and Switzerland, launched investigations. One MDB is a stark reminder that money laundering can infiltrate the highest echelons of political power, shaping everything from elections to entire economies, and leaving a nation's people to shoulder the financial burden. The final bombshell on our list exploded in 2016, the Panama Papers. Over 11.5 million leaked documents from the Panamanian law firm Mossack Fonseca exposed how politicians, celebrities, and the ultra-rich used offshore shell companies to hide assets and launder money. Names of prominent world leaders surfaced, triggering political crises in places like Iceland and Pakistan. This was bigger than a single bank or crooked fund. It unveiled a global network of lawyers, accountants, and financial institutions that thrived on secrecy. Dirty money poured through shell companies that had no real employees, no tangible products, just addresses on file. Unlike other scandals that targeted one institution, the Panama Papers indicted the offshore system itself. Public outrage forced high-level resignations and spurred new initiatives on tax transparency. Yet critics argue that many reforms lacked teeth, and the elite continue to find creative ways to protect their wealth. The Panama Papers remain a testament to the mammoth scale of money laundering and the difficulty of truly eradicating it. Each of these schemes underscores a sobering truth. Money laundering is the hidden engine fueling almost every serious crime, from drug trafficking to terrorism. Whether through giant banks like HSBC, subtle operations like Danske's Estonian branch, or hidden offshore networks like the Panama Papers, criminals and corrupt officials keep finding new ways to clean their loot. The sums are staggering, the repercussions massive, and the fight is far from over. If you found this deep dive into the biggest money laundering scandals eye-opening, then you won't want to miss next week's expose on the largest Ponzi schemes ever orchestrated. Plots so insidious, they toppled entire economies and ruined millions of lives. Like this video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay informed about the underworld's darkest truths. Because the deeper you look, the more you realize that dirty money is everywhere.